American Civil War History. Key battles, leaders and legacies presented by History Facts and Mysteries. The American Civil War, fought from 1861 to 1865, is one of the most defining chapters in the history of the United States. It was a conflict born of deep divisions over slavery, states' rights, and the very fabric of what America should stand for. While most of us have heard of key battles like Gettysburg or figures like Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War is a story rich with untold details, unexpected turns, and lasting consequences that shaped not only the United States but also the world. At History Facts and Mysteries, we strive to go beyond the surface, uncovering the stories and legacies that history textbooks often miss. In this video, we'll explore the key battles, influential leaders, and profound legacies of the American Civil War, while diving into some lesser-known details that shed new light on this pivotal conflict. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to History Facts and Mysteries and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration into history's most intriguing moments. The road to war. Divided nation. The seeds of the Civil War were planted long before the first shot was fired at Fort Sumter in April 1861. The United States in the mid-19th century was a nation divided economically, socially, and politically. The industrial North and the agrarian South had vastly different visions for the future. The North pushed for modernization and opposed the expansion of slavery into new territories, while the South, deeply tied to its plantation economy, saw slavery as essential to its way of life. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 was a tipping point. Lincoln, representing the newly formed Republican Party, was openly against the expansion of slavery. His victory led to the secession of 11 Southern states, which formed the Confederate States of America under President Jefferson Davis. Key battles. Turning points of the war. The Civil War was fought across hundreds of battles, but some stand out for their strategic importance and impact. 1. The Battle of Antietam, 1862. The bloodiest single day. On September 17, 1862, Union and Confederate forces clashed near Sharpsburg, Maryland. The Battle of Antietam became the bloodiest single day in American history, with over 22,000 soldiers killed, wounded, or missing. While tactically a draw, it was a strategic victory for the Union as it halted General Robert E. Lee's first invasion of the North. More importantly, it gave President Lincoln the confidence to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which reframed the war as a fight against slavery. 2. The Battle of Gettysburg, 1863. The war's turning point. Often considered the turning point of the Civil War, Gettysburg was a three-day battle in Pennsylvania that ended Lee's second invasion of the North. Union forces, under General George Meade, repelled Confederate attacks, including the infamous Pickett's Charge. With over 50,000 casualties, Gettysburg remains one of the war's costliest battles. Lincoln later honored the fallen in his Gettysburg Address, emphasizing the ideals of equality and national unity. 3. The Siege of Vicksburg, 1863. Control of the Mississippi. While Gettysburg was unfolding in the east, the Union achieved a major victory in the west. The Siege of Vicksburg, led by General Ulysses S. Grant, resulted in Union control of the Mississippi River, effectively splitting the Confederacy in two. This was a critical step in the Union's strategy of dividing and conquering the South. 4. Sherman's March to the Sea, 1864. Total War. General William Tecumseh Sherman's campaign through Georgia showcased the brutal strategy of total war. Sherman's forces captured Atlanta and then marched to Savannah, destroying infrastructure and crippling the South's ability to sustain the war. The leaders, icons, and contrasts. The Civil War brought to the forefront some of the most iconic figures in American history. Their leadership, decisions, and flaws continue to be studied today. Abraham Lincoln, the emancipator. As the 16th President of the United States, Lincoln's leadership was central to the Union's success. He navigated the nation through its darkest hour, balancing the demands of war with the push for emancipation. His Gettysburg Address and second inaugural address remain among the most powerful speeches in American history. Tragically, Lincoln's assassination in 1865 robbed the nation of his vision for reconciliation. Robert E. Lee. The reluctant Confederate General Robert E. Lee, a brilliant tactician, became the symbol of the Confederate cause. Interestingly, Lee was initially offered command of Union forces but chose to fight for his home state of Virginia when it seceded. His leadership at battles like Antietam and Gettysburg showcased his military genius, but his ultimate defeat underscored the South's insurmountable disadvantages in resources and manpower. Ulysses S. Grant. The relentless Union General Grant rose to prominence after victories in the Western Theater and ultimately took command of all Union armies. Known for his determination and willingness to sustain heavy casualties for strategic gains, Grant's leadership was instrumental in wearing down Confederate forces. His partnership with Lincoln was key to the Union's eventual success. Frederick Douglass. The voice of freedom. While not a military leader, Frederick Douglass played a crucial role in shaping the moral narrative of the war. As a former enslaved person turned abolitionist, Douglass tirelessly advocated for emancipation and the enlistment of African Americans in the Union Army. His influence helped turn the war into a fight for freedom and equality. The legacies of the Civil War. The Civil War's impact extended far beyond the battlefield, leaving a legacy that still resonates today. 1. The end of slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 was a crucial step, but it wasn't until the ratification of the 13th Amendment in 1865 that slavery was officially abolished in the United States. This monumental achievement marked the beginning of a long and ongoing struggle for racial equality. 2. The birth of modern warfare. The Civil War introduced technologies and strategies that would shape modern warfare, including ironclad ships, railroads for troop movement, and the use of telegraphs for communication. The war also highlighted the devastating human cost of industrialized conflict. 3. The Reconstruction era. After the war, the United States faced the enormous task of rebuilding and reuniting a fractured nation. The Reconstruction era, 1865 to 1877, sought to integrate formerly enslaved people into society and rebuild the South's economy. However, it also saw the rise of resistance to these changes, including the emergence of groups like the Ku Klux Klan. 4. A nation redefined. The Civil War redefined the United States as a single, indivisible nation. The concept of states' rights, a cornerstone of Confederate ideology, was significantly weakened. The war also reinforced the idea that America would stand for liberty and equality, even if it required great sacrifice. Lesser-known stories and surprising facts. While the Civil War's major battles and leaders dominate the narrative, there are countless untold stories that add depth to its history. The role of women. Women played critical roles in the war, from serving as nurses to acting as spies. Harriet Tubman, known for her work on the Underground Railroad, also served as a spy for the Union Army, leading missions that freed hundreds of enslaved people. Black soldiers in the Union Army. Over 180,000 African Americans fought for the Union, making up nearly 10% of its forces. The bravery of these soldiers, often fighting against prejudice even within their own ranks, was a testament to their determination for freedom. The global impact. The Civil War wasn't just an American affair. Countries like Britain and France closely watched the conflict, and Confederate hopes for European recognition were dashed after the Emancipation Proclamation. Conclusion. The American Civil War was a conflict that forever changed the trajectory of the United States. It was a war fought not only on battlefields but also in the hearts and minds of a divided nation. The war's legacy, from the abolition of slavery to the redefining of the United States as a unified nation, continues to influence the world today. It serves as a powerful reminder of the cost of division and the enduring fight for equality and justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the American Civil War. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with history enthusiasts, and subscribe to History Facts and Mysteries for more deep dives into the past. What are your thoughts on the Civil War's most defining moment? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Until next time, stay curious and keep uncovering the mysteries of history. There's always more to discover.